and it's time to welcome my live guest on the show this month, and it is Attawalpa. Lewis.
Hello, Georgie. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good. Yeah, just cycled across North London to get here on this beautiful summery day.
Summery, hot day.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming in. And I was thinking about it. It must have been 7 or 8 years ago, and we were at the Soho Radio studio, the first one on Great Wimble Street.
Yeah.
When you last came on the show. So
yeah, I think I was playing my first single, No Fools.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, feels like a...
Does that feel like a lifetime ago?
It feels like a lifetime ago, but also feels a bit like yesterday.
Yeah, I know. It's weird how time does that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, suddenly you're like, oh, 20 years ago this happened. It's like, how...
I feel like when you go into your 30s, time doesn't feel natural.
Yeah, it's just like, it's kind of scary, really.
Stretching.
Deeply shocking. So obviously we've got loads to talk about, and you are the co-creator of the Netflix series Too Much.
Woo!
Woohoo! Which is finally out in the world.
Yeah,
and I just
a little while.
Devoured it.
How long did you watch it in?
A weekend.
Settings?
A weekend.
48 hours.
Yeah.
That's really impressive.
I really, I was just like, just devoured it.
That's
Gobbled
so
it
nice.
up. I thought it was really, really great. And I'm kind of just, you obviously did the music, you co-created it with your partner and collaborator, Lena Dunham. Tell me, has this been a long time in the works? And obviously it's kind of like loosely based as well around aspects of your life. So yeah, tell me a bit about the conception of it.
Loosely inspired,
Yeah.
I would say. So yeah, it was really early on when we sort of conceived the idea, or we had the idea to make this, about 4 months into a dating relationship, semi-serious dating relationship that obviously turned into a serious marriage.
Yeah.
But, Lena was like, one day she just said, hey, would you want to make something with me? And we just done a music video for my song Tucked In Tight. I was about to start scoring her movie Sharpstick. And, I was like, yeah, well, what does it entail? I think what I said was, is that a job? She was like, it's literally my job.
Yeah.
But, I'm really dyslexic. I always thought the thing about writing was sitting down with a piece of paper and a pen, and that just gives me anxiety. It's a bit of a, triggerer for me.
Yeah.
But she was like, no, at all. It's just like pacing up and down a room, thinking of ideas, cracking jokes. I was like, yeah, that sounds like a dream job.
Yeah.
And it was, we sort of built it up over a year and then tried to sell it, and it sold to Netflix, and then we made it over a year. And here we are now.
And now it's out. And has it been really amazing seeing people watching it and kind of loving it and, devouring it like I did?
It's such a beautiful thing to hear, but I personally, honestly, I find it quite hard to sit in a space where I'm in a proud space. So that's why I just keep making stuff. When I met you, that was the beginning of a 2-year cycle of just releasing music. So I find it quite hard to sit in something. But I think when you make something like this, which, making music is creating worlds, but this is literally creating a world, you have to sort of sit and be like, wow, we did that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I just got back from Lena's making another movie called Good Sex in America. And I've started working on the music for that, and that's been really fun. And, while this show's come out into the world, and it's like, hang on a second, just enjoy it. So yeah, it's lovely to hear people devouring it, such as yourself. It's lovely to connect with people on the internet, on my Instagram. Have been commenting and sending me really sweet messages. Yeah, it's a fantastic feeling. I mean, making art is all about connection, and what a great way to connect with people.
Yeah. I think there's something about as well, being a similar age to you, and a lot of the music references, and just a lot of it was very relatable. And there was some real laugh out loud moments, like the wedding, just the whole wedding episode.
Episode 8, Janixa Bravo's episode. I mean, we've all experienced that, sadly.
Yeah, just made me crack up so much. When she's outside and the people who are getting married in the car, and just the kind of just the whole dynamic of the day, and then climbing out of the window, actually out of a first floor window.
To a Mission Impossible-esque theme.
It really made me laugh. With those kinds of things, then just sort of you guys just floating ideas and really just, pacing around a room and just coming up with things that have happened, or that you know?
Yeah, I mean, you do get inspired by things that have happened, but then it's a TV show, so you have to sort of multiply it by 100
Yeah.
to get the joke seen or to get the thing heard. But yeah, that was a really fun episode.
Yeah.
And just, yeah, I mean, when we were filming it, I was like, this is going to be mad.
Yeah.
It was like the Bridgerton location.
Oh, was
I've
it?
never watched Bridgerton, but I've obviously seen like clips and stuff. And
Yeah.
just the place was so grand, you know.
It did look very fancy. Yeah,
Yeah.
very, very fancy. And tell me a bit about creating the music world, because you see the Dash The Henge store on there.
Big up
There's-
Tim and
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
the
there's
Ivy
lots of
House.
touchstones, isn't there? So yeah, can you tell us a bit about
Donkey
that?
Fest.
Yes, the Donkey Fest.
We've all played a Donkey Fest.
Literally to the animals.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You get offered a gig and you're like, yeah, great, a paid gig. I can pay my band. And then you get there and you're playing to donkeys and
Yeah.
children. It happens, but it's okay. Matt Olchin, my producing and writing partner with Attawalpa, and the bassist in the band, really good friend. I used to skip school when I was 15 to go and see his band The Ludes play in London. We sort of sat down with the script, and we had a lot of time during the writer's strike when no one could write, but we could make music. So we started making themes and coming up with ideas, and it was kind of, you always want a sort of edge, you like, it's a rom-com, but you don't want like sweeping, When Harry Met Sally strings, which is great, but you want to find like an edge. Like the way I wanted to show London as well was very specific. The way I see it, like I didn't want to just do the Notting Hill, Buckingham Palace thing.
Yeah.
And the same thing, the same thing happened with the music. We like, Felix is in the band, he's playing these songs that we were demoing at the time for this Attawalpa record. So we kind of played off that, and like, we kept saying the words cloudy, and I was obsessed with Simpsons Wave on YouTube, like the sort of synthwave stuff done to like Simpsons visuals.
Yeah.
So like the whole thing ended up saying cloudy, Simpsons Wave, Frank Ocean producing Nirvana, Unplugged in New York, like all these sort of millennial things, references that I had. And then, we came up with these themes and we played around a lot. And by the time we were editing, we could actually see what worked, see what didn't work. And then episode 8, Janix's episode, which you mentioned, the wedding episode, because it was a different director, we wanted to flip the whole thing. So we made everything orchestral, still using the same themes.
Right.
And Freya Hicks, the viola player in the band and a very good friend, she arranged everything. And she got down a choir, like I wrote some naughty lyrics in Latin for this choir to sing. Like the reference track was Mozart's Requiem in D, and we're like, how are we going to do Mozart? So I naturally wrote some naughty lyrics in Latin and got these poor souls to sing it. And it was like a very fun joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the whole thing is you're just creating a world, creating layers, making a sonic landscape, as Lena is making a visual and narrative landscape within the show,
Yeah.
So as a creator as well, and I co-wrote episode 7, it was just like an extension of everything, and using places that we knew and we loved. I mean, there's so many venues that we couldn't use and we didn't use because it's not a show about the London music scene. Like, it's about two people with baggage falling in love, or trying to fall in love.
Yeah.
So, you can't make the music the center stage, but it can be like a sort of fifth Beatle character in the background.
Yeah, just sort of in the backdrop. Yeah, like sort of the context of it. And
yeah.
do you think London is still like, because it felt like, I mean, maybe when I first moved to London, like, 15, so I don't know, I've been in London for 20 years, but there were all these kind of like possibilities, that you could stumble out down the road and like meet someone in a bar in that vibe. Do you think London is still like that, or do you think this was like a version of London that you knew?
I think anywhere can be like that if you make it like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I moved to London in 2005 as well. I started doing Young Turks club nights, which turned into a label called Young. And I was playing at the Windmill when I was like 17.
Yeah.
And with my band, the Eraserheads. And I think pre-internet, London was different because I think people took more chances maybe. And, you know, put on their own nights. That's how I got my music out there anyway, is by, you know, promoting my own thing because no one else wanted to do it. But I think you could still do that. And, you know, Denmark Street's still there. Soho's still here. Like there's some good music venues, but it is different.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know because I'm not 19 anymore.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm sure.
I can't really comment on it.
Yeah.
But I think Felix is slightly frustrated by it.
Yeah. And then Will Sharp. So Will Sharp plays Felix. And were you involved in the casting process? I heard that he was quite involved with the music. And I mean, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, we, you know, Lena and I chose all the music. We wrote in the script the songs. We changed it around a lot as we were making our record. And I played Will 5 or 6 of the songs off the record, and he learnt them, and we narrowed it down to 4 that made it into the show. But yeah, Will was casted by our casting director Nina Gold, and straight away I couldn't imagine anyone else doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, there were moments of scheduling and stuff, and I was like, oh God, I don't know who else could have done it. Because I just love how he's like half Japanese as well, and that whole thing with his parents, how his dad's English and his mum's can't really speak English, even though she's lived here for a long time. Like I can relate to that. I think a lot of mixed, like, you know, people can. But I just thought that was funny in a way of like showing a lack or a want of communication and connection within the character. But yeah, Will's super talented. Such a great actor, and he just wanted to, you know, with the Attawalpa songs, which were Felix and the Fila songs within the show, he just wanted to know them inside out. Yeah.
That was something as well, actually. Yeah, I kind of wrote down in my notes. It was something that really struck me, that whole with Stephen Fry and the family episode, and like the sort of pure dysfunction of it all. And I just found it heartbreaking. It was like, yeah, but it was so perfectly done. I feel like it was so well done.
It's funny that people find things that I find quite cozy and sweet, heartbreaking. Or I remember being in a restaurant in New York like last week with my in-laws, and someone got up from a table next to us and were like, oh, we're a big fan of the show. Just wanted to say, and I was like, oh, thanks. What do you say to a stranger that says that? And I was like, thanks. What episode are you on? Who's your favorite character? You know, and they're like, oh, we're about to go home and watch episode 10. It was like a daughter and her mum. And I was like, who's your favorite character? And she was like, I guess Felix. He's just so tragic. And I was like, cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Awesome.
Awesome. Love that.
But you know, it's like they're characters. It's fiction, and we exaggerate things, and you know, it's just therapeutic putting that out there. And you know, his parents aren't my parents, but it's like, I think anyone that has that British and like not British thing will find something there. I hope so.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I've got some amazing feedback from it, and it's the first time I'd ever written a screenplay before, and it was just so fun. I mean, that dinner when they're eating, the Sunday lunch.
Yeah.
My reference for that, which is crazy, my only reference, was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like when she's just brought in to see the family and she's just screaming, and it's doing that 70s show camera move, and you see the whole family like, ugh. And she's like, ah, and they're like, ugh. Everyone's just talking and grunting over each other. Yeah. And I was just like, that's kind of what a Sunday lunch is. Like no one's really listening. Yeah. Everyone's just talking.
Yeah. Well, it was great. It was really, really good. And just, the Stephen Fry played it so well. Just the kind of, tomorrow I'll get the house back kind of.
Yeah, and Kaori as well. So good. The mother.
Oh, she was incredible, yeah. And the sister, just, Emily, it really came together.
Yeah, they're all so talented, and that was a really special day to see that all, sort of come together.
Yeah. Well, let's play a track. Let's play True Love Trajectory. And then we will talk more with Lewis after this. True Love Trajectory, and it is by Attawalpa, who is my live guest in the studio. And of course, you might remember that if you have been watching too much on Netflix, you will remember that song. It kind of finishes
It
finishes things.
completes the story.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Sonically, when talking about this album experience, which you also have bought me a beautiful vinyl of, thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
But it's so like lush and layered. And you talked a bit about it earlier, like the vibe of it, the Frank Ocean producing Nirvana kind of thing.
Yeah, cloudy Simpsons.
Yeah, cloudy Simpsons. Yeah. So in terms of like musically building up the tracks and things, was this just you and a bunch of collaborators in the studio, just like?
It was me and my band.
Yeah.
You know, like we're all on that, except for my cat that's at the front cover. She just sort of decided to gate crash, as she does. No one can control the cat. But yeah, I mean, we wanted to make something that felt like a band because we are now a band.
Yeah.
In simplistic terms. But then classic, me and Matt and I, we went down rabbit holes of orchestration. You know, we really got into strings, doing the Birdie soundtrack, Catherine called Birdie, and the Sharpstick soundtrack in a smaller scale. So I think that kind of rubbed off on our experience of experience, the journey to experience. But yeah, I mean, within the TV show, it was a bit grungier, like, you know, he doesn't have a string player, he doesn't have this stuff. It's like, I was trying to imagine myself, kind of when I met you, you know, like, recently sober, it's hard to keep a band together without, like, paying them, unless you do gigs like Donkey Fest.
Yes, for
And
like
it's
£50.
Yeah, and it's like, how would this sound, you know? And, you know, growing up, I always wanted to be in Nirvana, you know, I always wanted my band to sound like that. But like, the album is Attawalpa, and it's, you know, our evolution from the first record, Presence, and from the first two EPs, Spells and Patterns. And, you know, in my head, I wanted it to be more immediate. There's a song by Richard and Linda Thompson called "I Want to See the Bright Lights Tonight." It's in the show. I think I'm saying that right. But that was the first song that Lena and I walked down the aisle to when we were married. And I just love the sound of that record, like the 70s sort of guitars. It just feels like a band playing in a room, and all the arrangements and the parts are just really smart and glued together. Nothing's like there, you know, unnecessarily. So, yeah, I think that inspired it a lot, especially that song, True Love Trajectory, because that song started as like a weird Smashing Pumpkins-y electric drum kit song, and we sort of made it this lush thing.
Yeah.
And Freya's strings are beautiful, and it makes sense to, you know, the whole way through the show, Felix is kind of writing the song, and you see him play it at the end, and it's, yeah, he's got like a Killing Moon sort of vibe to him when he sings it, which is so cool. You know, I didn't want Will to sound like me. I wanted him to sound like how he thought Felix should sound. But I love how we hear that. And then there's a Taylor Swift song, and then you hear us.
Yeah.
Good old Tay-Tay.
Good old Tay-Tay. Yeah. You probably spoke. How did you and Lena end up meeting? Was it like a random in real life thing?
It wasn't at the Ivy House in Peckham. It was, it was a blind date.
Was it?
Yeah.
No way. That's
Naughty
so cool.
blind date during COVID.
I love that.
Yeah.
So good.
We had a couple of mutual friends, and she was in town, and yeah.
Amazing.
It wasn't a very sexy time in the world, was it?
No, COVID
but
was definitely
I remember
not.
thinking, like, do I want to leave my house ever?
Yeah.
Can I do that? But yeah.
I bet you're glad that you did.
Really glad that I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the best.
Yeah. So, I mean, what was your favourite thing about making the show? Like now it's sort of in the past, and you sort of, you know, what was the biggest takeaway? Like, what was your favourite thing about it?
It's a great question. I guess just the creative process of having, you know, a space of nothing and then filling it with something that I'm actually really proud of. Like, I go into the creative process to make things that I would listen to or I would enjoy, and this is a show that I would watch and enjoy and take something from it. Like, I love how we've made something about complicated characters that isn't like a murder show or like, you know,
true crime.
It's all like, you know, suicide porn or abuse porn. It's like, it's joyful, and we put something joyful in the world, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah. And also something that sort of puts out a really great message about that you can just be you and be unapologetically yourself. It's like,
Yeah, it's good to be too much.
It's good, yeah. Which I think is a great message for young women, I think.
Good.
Let's play You Are You.
Yeah.
So this is also obviously from the show and from the album Experience. So tell me about this track.
I wrote this about my Lena and I's hairless dog Ingrid, because I'd always see her. I see her every day. She's still with us.
Yeah, okay,
and
good.
It's not like an Astrid situation. And I'm like, what are you? What are you? Because she looks like a mixture of a hippo, a frog, and a bat. But she's beautiful. And that turned into the song. And then Matt and I sort of ironed it out, sculpted it to be, it's turned into more about humanity, And the video is by my friend Esme. You can see it on our YouTube, and it's all hand drawn, and it really moves me. It's really beautiful, and we play to projections, and I use all my music videos, and that one is, really special.
Okay, let's play it. Attawalpa and You Are You. You Are You. I don't want to fade out on it, but we have to because we haven't got much time.
Fade out.
Go and listen to the album Experience. It's out now. Attawalpa is the artist. Lewis in the studio. Thank you so much for coming in. It's been so nice.
And if you guys want to see us play live, where we're opening for the Lemonheads on the 28th of August.
Okay. Amazing. Get yourself down to that. And I asked you to play, to bring in a bit of vinyl. We've got probably a minute we can squeeze in at the end of the show. But yeah, let me know what you picked.
Songs Ohio.
Yeah.
Which is Jason Molina's band. I think this was released in 2003. And the song is Farewell Transmission. And yeah, to me, this song really painted a lot of the tapestry within, the album Experience for me, and also the TV show. It's got a modern Neil Young vibe to it.
Okay, amazing. Attawalpa, thank you so much, Lewis.
Thank you for having me, Georgie, as always.